Stop building relationships with students. This is the topic of today's video because when you build relationships with students, it backfires. It backfires in the behavior of your classroom, and it also backfires in your ability to motivate and influence students. Now, it's important to mention that the key word there is building relationships. So you still want to have a positive relationship between you and your classroom. However, it's the way we go about doing this that makes all the difference. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the negative things that happen when you try to build relationships with students. So by trying to build relationships with students, some things happen that are detrimental, that backfire in your efforts to create a hardworking, well-behaved classroom. And then we're going to talk about what to do instead, this idea of being pleasant with students and being consistently pleasant and the benefits to being pleasant. And then finally, I'm going to leave you with sort of an important thought at the end. Okay, please do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate it. So this is maybe, well, it's way up there in the most powerful strategies that I've ever used. It's one that I've relied on for decades, and it's been incredibly powerful. The idea of creating likability and influence with your students, and how powerful that can be, and how much it gives meaning to your rules and your consequences. So when your classroom, when your students look forward to your classroom and when they like you, then those consequences, behaving well, matters to them. And so the idea of having relationships with students is a good one. But the way we've been doing it, which the advice is to go to individual students and build relationships with them. So this is what I mean by trying to build relationships. This is going to backfire, especially in this day and age. And like I said, I've been using this for decades. It's been powerful for that long, but I think it's more it's more meaningful now than ever before. Okay, so when you try to build relationships, again, you're going to students to try to get to know them better, ask about their likes and dislikes and this sort of thing. And again, it's physically going up to students. And when you do this, when you try to build relationships with them, the kind of big thing, again, especially in this day and age, is for students, it feels very awkward. Up to 40% of our students have shy personalities. This is statistically. And so for these students, of course, any adult that approaches them and starts talking to them and asking about themselves, especially in the beginning of the school year, is very awkward. It turns them off. But in this day and age, it turns off most of your class. There'll only be a very rare student who feels comfortable with this. Given that, it's still not influential even with those students. The next thing is that kids think it's weird. I hate to say it, but it's true. It can make them very uncomfortable, you going into their personal space. And this is something I see a lot from teachers, and I can see how uncomfortable students are, the look on their face. It's one of those things that when we're in front of someone, we may not see, but if we're off watching the interaction, it's clear what's happening. And in most cases, many cases, your students are going to feel awkward or they're going to think it's strange that you're doing this. Next one is that what it can do is it can make students think you're trying to be friends with them, so it can be confusing to them. It can feel unfair, maybe like you're playing favorites with certain students. And this is because there will be students in your classroom who do respond, who do feel comfortable talking with you, and you'll find yourself spending more time with certain students, sitting with certain students at lunchtime, or interacting with them more because they're comfortable with that. And other students may think that's unfair. And then those students, if they have any inkling that you're trying to be friends with them, it can be really, really confusing. It can lead to hurt feelings. It can make it difficult to hold them accountable without them responding with disrespect, because they think, well, I thought we had a good relationship and now you're holding me accountable. They can get angry with you for grading and all sorts of things. Friendship is a topic for another video, but in any time you're going towards students, this can be a possibility that they're confused in this area. The next thing is, because you're trying to build relationships in order to affect behavior in some way, it's manipulative. And I may get some pushback with this one, but it is. Anything and everything at Smart Classroom Management, what we believe and what we've seen and the way we teach things is that anything and everything manipulative used to get something from students that isn't upfront and honest and clear. So for example, catching students being good, or using tokens, tickets, and this sort of thing, speaking to students a certain way, saying things to students that may not entirely be true, using kind of a baby talk with students. This sort of thing is manipulative. Deep down, it makes you feel bad. And the other thing is that it never works. Anything and everything manipulative, in the end, will never improve behavior, will always make things worse. And the other thing is, students will end up thinking and believing that you're fake, that you're full of it. And you may be the last to know, but believe me, they're talking about it if this is you. Last thing is that it is very time consuming, right? You don't have time to go to individual students and build relationships with them. It's another thing on your plate, another thing on your mind, thinking that this is something you have to do to improve behavior in your classroom, and it just isn't true. So the way we teach it, what we believe and have shown to be by far the most powerful thing you can do to have influential relationships with your students, is to build them naturally and organically. And all you need to do is be consistently pleasant. So when you have a classroom management plan that takes care of all of the misbehavior for you, you're free to always be pleasant and kind to students. And this also means that you're not going to, if you're raising your voice at students, if you're admonishing them, if you're lecturing them, if you're getting angry with them, this sort of thing, yelling, this sort of thing, it will erase all the goodwill you built toward just being pleasant. What's amazing about this, and the first sort of benefit, is that it is a very attractive quality, not just with kids, but with people in general. People want to be around pleasant people, calm, pleasant people who show that they are competent and in charge. This is a leadership quality, and students can't resist it. If you are pleasant and you don't go towards students, they will come to you in droves, wanting to get to know you better, wanting to go to lunch with you, and asking you things about yourself, and then those conversations become organic. There's no fear of awkwardness or weirdness or any students feeling it's unfair. It's not manipulative at all. It is just a natural thing that builds these strong, influential relationships with students. This doesn't mean you can never have a conversation with a student about their motivation or about their schoolwork or anything like that. It's this trying to build relationships that is extremely detrimental. The second benefit is that it is simple. So you can take this off of your plate of concerns. And this is a big one for teachers. They've been told that you need to build relationships with students. There are TED Talks about it. Big, kind of famous TED Talks that I've seen several times at the beginning of the school year at my school or whatever. But it's very, very simple. Again, all you need to do is just be pleasant, enjoy being a teacher. Being a teacher can be a wonderful thing if you have good classroom management skills. It's a lot of fun. And so just enjoy your students. That's all you have to do. It's okay to fist bump students when they come in, but you'll do it to all of them. You'll say hi to all of them. It's okay if you just happen to have an organic interaction and you're talking about the World Cup with a few students. That's okay. It's the idea that's trying is what you want to avoid. The next thing is that you'll get great respect. Like we mentioned up here, it is a leadership quality, feeling comfortable and confident in your skin and showing you're not manipulating them, but instead you're focusing on creating a classroom they enjoy being part of, giving great instruction, and your motives are pure, is to teach great lessons and to show them how enjoyable school can be. So if you make this switch this year, I absolutely promise you that you will have so much more influence and enjoyment having relationships with students, again, very, very naturally. The last thing I want to leave you with is that what we want here, what we're getting is influence. This is the idea. Influence with students. Influence, right? So when you say things like, hey, I want you to work hard today, or we're working toward this as a class, and they're listening to you and they're locked in on you, that's the influence that you're after. It's you on one side and your students on the other. So it's a relationship between you and your students, not a relationship between you and one-on-one students. It's influence. It's not familiarity. This is not what you're after. It's influence, and it comes naturally by being consistently pleasant. I hope this video helps. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you next time.